Editor-in-Chief of Commercial Integrator, here at the HDBaseT booth at InfoComm 2022. So happy to be joined by Angela Nolan, the Chief Executive Officer of Vistacom. Thanks so much, Angela, for taking some time to join me here at the HDBaseT booth. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
So I want to talk a little bit about diversity, equity, and inclusion in the industry, and also about female leadership in the industry. When I talk to Avixa and look at some of the data that they have, I think we're still about 85-15 for InfoComm in terms of male versus female attendance percentage-wise. And I don't know for sure, but I would think in terms of executive leadership and integration companies, it may be even worse than 85-15 in terms of having male domination. Can you share a little bit about the significance of having women in seats of power in our industry, and also just about having women and other people of color and other diverse representation on the show floor and elsewhere in our community?
Sure. I do believe that our industry is still very heavily male-dominated, and I've been a woman in this industry for over 30 years and have seen some really great positive changes of more inclusion in women and minorities within our industry. I've also seen that women are also becoming have more of a leadership role within our industry. For us in particular, it was really important for me at this point in my career as a leader and an owner of an integration firm to make a more public stand for inclusion and diversity within our industry. I think it's definitely elevating our industry to a new level of making sure that we have ideas and thought leadership from all different types of people, and it's really helping our industry to grow and to evolve into its next level.
As you mentioned, you're a veteran in the industry, having been in it in multiple decades, just like I have been. I've heard some, quote-unquote horror stories from women in the industry who I respect very much about people coming to the booth, speaking to them, and they're like, maybe can I speak to him? He might know more about it. Have you run into things like that where people discount your knowledge, discount your expertise simply because of your gender? And if people are looking up to you as a leader in the industry, what advice would you give to them to deal with that?
So it's a great question. I would say earlier in my career, when I was younger, I definitely regularly would get comments of, oh, you must be the marketing girl. Can I just talk to somebody who's in charge or who's more technical? And I would say that for women starting out in our industry now, it's really important to take your place and state who you are and have confidence in your role and your ability to have a technical voice within this community. I do think it's changing for the better, and that more and more women are being seen as technical thought leaders within this industry. But yes, it's definitely been a journey.
It must be satisfying recognizing that journey that you have now reached the place where you have. And Vistacom, obviously, a very well-respected integrator that's done some fantastic work that I've been very fortunate to have covered during my editorial career. Do you feel like now that you are CEO, it is a woman-run and woman-led business, that operations have changed in any meaningful way? Have you done anything where you feel like I've now really put my stamp on it in a way that's tangible?
So a few things that I'm proud of in the transformation of our company is we've had a very strong push for quality control within our company. We now have established some very specific KPIs and metrics for quality control, which we feel has really elevated us to a next level of integrator and partner with our clients. We also, as a company, very heavily promote women within technical roles within our company, and very proud to, take on a mentoring role for women in that role. I'm actively involved in some K through 12 STEM initiatives, and specifically to try and generate interest at a young and early level for children in all backgrounds to understand our industry and really get a passion for it at an early age.
It's a laudable thing, and I commend you for doing that.
Yeah.
So happy to have had you join me, Angela. I really appreciate the time investment, and I celebrate the fact that you, again, are CEO of Vistacom Inc. Thank you again so much for joining me.
Well, thank you very much for having me. It was great.
This is Dan Ferrisi, Editor-in-Chief of Commercial Integrator, here at the HDBaseT booth at InfoComm 2022, W1337. Looking forward to more great conversations throughout the show.